Alright, we have another fantastic round for you guys from the OCG tournament this month. You're going to be watching Burning Abyss versus, well, you're going to have to just kind of wait and see. It is last month's champion, CJ Kraus, versus Fly Bleach. And Bleach is a total no-name. He wanted me to constantly remind people of that. No credibility whatsoever, but CJ Kraus is a very well-known player in the community with, well, a lot of credible stuff behind him. So we're going to kind of just see basic Burning Abyss plays here for the start of game one, which just kind of sear with Alich into our homie Cherubni. Cherubni's such a ridiculous card. Cards at this point 2 can't be destroyed by card effects. If this card in the field be destroyed by borrow a card effect, and send one of the cards you control to the graveyard instead. Then you can send one level 3 monster from your deck to the graveyard. Then target a Burning Abyss monster and it gains attack and defense equal to that. This card actually is just Value Town wrapped in, well, Value Town for this deck. It was literally something that Burning Abyss needed. As you're going to kind of see here, Needle Fiber bring out Ghost Ogre. Now, he could have made Dante here, keep that in mind, but he doesn't know what he's playing against, so beaming out the Ghost Ogre for protection isn't necessarily terrible, and plus, Cherubni can kick off the Farfa back here, need be to do it. Typically, you don't... I can argue both sides for the turn 1 Dante, which is fine, but it just kind of depends on everything. So, we are going to be seeing, actually, some really fun stuff here. You're going to be watching Bleach be playing Stun. Now, Inspect Border is one of the most ridiculous cards, well, in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Cannot be normal summon or summon while you control monster. Each turn, each player can only activate monster effects up to the number of monster card types. So Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, Pendulum, and Link monsters on the field. So Cherubni is going to smash over, or get smashed over by Inspect Border here, taking a bunch of damage. The Ogre is going to go away to ensure that Cherubni stays. And, well, you know what Stun likes to do. Set everything in the world to ensure that we can kind of just do our thing. Now, he tags on to Wonder Magician. I'm not quite sure why he doesn't pop a back row with Wonder Magician. Going into Omega here, just to try to ensure that he can get over the beat stick. Warning's going to clean this up, and you know what else is going to happen here? Also, Farfa is going to banish this, which is fine, because it turns off the effect. Now, Compulse on Cherubni, and we're going to move on along with our day. CJ doesn't really have much else of a play here. Just going to bring down the Ancient Cloak, make an attack, rotate to defense mode. It is going to hold the line at 1800 here, but he does know we have an Inspect Border back. And I'm pretty sure that he's just trying to poke for as much damage as he can at this point to try to capitalize off of this. And he's going to start getting locked out even harder now. Demise into Fossil Dino. It's fine, though, because the opponent has to burn an Ash Blossom. I'll trade an Ash Blossom for one more card out of my opponent's hand here, honestly, because we still have 2 face downs at this point on this field. And then, of course, Inspect Border Fossil Dino. He's going to kind of just clean this up. Fossil Dino Rams, it is 18. We are going to damage step the sword, so it's taken care of, so we can get 2,000 at the face. There's not much CJ can do here. Any deck on 2 cards against anti-meta, unless it's Dark Hole and a playable monster, well, you know you're not going to be in a good position anyway. So you got the quick scoop from CJ. CJ doesn't want to deal with this shit. I don't blame him at all, actually. Just because, like, your opponent can't make you, or attempt to let you play the game, which is absolutely stupid. But it's Stun. I mean, it's a viable strategy, and I won't knock it, because even though it seems like one of the most boring ways to engage in playing the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! At the moment, to me it's one of the most fun, and that's why I enjoy watching it, because everyone always complains constantly, like, oh my god, like, these decks are so powerful. But what happens when you have your fun by not allowing them to play the game? It forces them to go down a line and grind, and that's what I look forward to most about these. So Burning Abyss, kind of start Burning Abyss up here. Graph Rubik into Cherubni. Seer Barbar into Beatrice. Remember, Dante's at 1 in the OCG. They have many other problems that they have to deal with. Just going to hold the line here at Cherubni Beatrice. Doesn't seem like such a great board, but you have to remember, we do float with Beatrice. And he is, oh, I forgot, he's also going to have the Fog Blade here for protection. So you have a monster negation, and basically protection and floating from Beatrice. And also Beatrice can blink out a Farfa. So not really anything too bad to complain about. I do have to deal with the Tour Guide on the next turn for going even further. So what happens? Duality. Bleach actually does get Cosmic Cyclone here, which is really big value because he needed to be able to out this to ensure that he can actually have a monster be established, because having whatever he does be blanked for the turn is particularly, well, it sucks being a stun player. By Cosmic Cyclone, you are gone. Now, time to start ripping this apart. Normal Summon, Banish of the Radiance. You guys don't remember what this card does? This is Burning Abyss's worst enemy. Literally. Just, Macrocosmos on wheels. Bleach opened up really strong this game as a counter pick, as you can see. Banisher off of the established. Just continuing on along with his day. If any of these resources just turn into massive back row, he's good. Oh, wow. That kind of sucks. Only 2. Twin Twister is a hell of a drug. Ring of Destruction, target Beatrice while Banisher's on the field. Bye, Dante. Sorry, buddy. You're not going to be able to be of use this game. Oh, the one Dante is gone. You hypothetically would think you'd start winning this, right? Everything's just getting cleaned up here. Stupid Banisher. Unfortunately here, Tour Guide is going to start cleaning up this mess, as Tour Guide does. Oh, man. Levier would be excellent here, because you can recur back any of these, and having another 1600 beater, because you can beat over for 200, and then sear attack directly. Definitely isn't a terrible scenario, but he actually goes into the Break Sword, and the Break Sword, I'd make a decent call for Break Sword or Levier, but CG might not have even been playing Levier. So you could take this as you will, but the Break Sword's actually pretty good, because if he has another monster for the next turn, he can kind of move along. Set Fossil Dyna, if I've ever seen it. No actual other back row. He must be flooded out with other monsters. I do know it was, what, 3 Inspect Border, 2 Thunder King, 3 Fossil Dyna, so I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the unthinkable happens and he kind of gets flooded out here. Oh, Cloak. Break Sword, Cloak, Gloves. It's not looking good here. It's not looking good. Graph Pop. Add. Hello, Sword. How are you doing, buddy? Moving on along here. 800 coming in. And 2,000 here. Oh, man. This is quite the field attempt to break here. Set 1. And I believe this, yep, this is the Sword. So now he has to play around the Sword. And all this. Thunder King coming down with Demise. Going to try to attempt to pop over this. He's still got to deal with the Break Sword, which is going to be really hard. Thunder King, hello Sword, thanks for blinking me. I appreciate that. I hate swords so much. Discard Thunder King. Well, at least he's kind of rotating here. Compulse by Break Sword. Well, we still have to outplay a Fog Blade and the Cloak, which is pretty annoying. Set pass back to our turn. Normal summon Fossil Dyna, attack over by Cloak. Man, such a grindy game. Ailich is going to attempt to ram into the Dyna. He wants to make sure that, like, he can blank this to ensure that he can actually engage in the game. Guys, you can kind of see where this is going. Sword activates. We're going to get rid of Ailich. We're like, no, we're not dealing with this. Cloak doing his thing. Recurring another Cloak. Actually, yeah, this is where he rotates for the Ragged Gloves, because he wants to ensure that, like, he can get further in. Fossil Dyna over, Farfa Banish. We're going to lose the Sword, which is fine. CG's digging for Feather Duster. He wants to literally just clean this up, because you also have to remember Dark Hole's a thing. So Dark Hole, Feather Duster, any normal summon puts CJ into a game-winning position. And the only thing we have rotating over here is Fossil Dyna. Ramming in. All of our Solemns are dead at this point, too, in this matchup. There's nothing that you can really do about it. I mean, it's one of the worst-case scenarios, playing Stun. Did we finally get there? Has CJ arrived at his destination? Nope. Scarm is going to ram. He wants to further deck thin here. CJ just punching himself in the face. 9 cards left. He's like, man, why have we not got to Dark Hole yet? I would have loved to have seen... I'd love to have seen a Judgment by this point in time. I think the Judgment was removed off of Desires. Dyna going to defense mode. Feather Duster for the blowout on the wings. Dark Hole coming down now. A few of you guys are going to be like, oh man, like, the Dyna should have survived. Yes, the Dyna would have survived that. But Farfa would have still banished it. So it didn't really matter, because he still had the normal summon. Game 3, here we go. Bleach actually reveals pretty good here, grabbing what probably should be the warning. You don't really care about back row in this deck, but Feather Duster is just still something you need to bring in, or have, just in case you have to deal with massive back row. It's fine. So, what happens here? Well, normal summon Inspect Border, it begins. You guys know what Burning Abyss monsters like to do? They like to special summon themselves. Know what they can't do? Inspect Border style. So, set 2 Inspect Border. And he has Warning down here, which is really good. Set 1 pass, normal summon Banisher, Inspect Border in. 1600 direct. Oh man, it's going to start getting bloody really quickly. Setting to full board control. Evenly Matched comes down. Wings is going on the Inspect Border. And we're losing Warning. Storming Mirror Force. Oh man, like, this is not looking good for Bleach. This is not looking good at all. Like, this is bad. Alright. Set 1 pass. Wow. Top deck Fossil Dyna. Inspect Border going in here, it looks. And then Fossil Dyna going in for 2,000. Up 1,200. Another set pass. Wow. Inspect Border poke. Wow, the card advantage is catching back up here very quickly. This is not looking good. 1 Farfa gone. Fossil Dyna still rotating. Set 1. Wow. 5 cards to 3 over here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what stun does. When you can't beat a 2,500 Inspect Border. So much value. Another set pass. Depending on battle phase, getting over this will be even on card advantage. Yep, everything that we lost from Evenly Matched has been regained. Set again. Inspect Border he's doing his best. Really is. We have another Evenly Matched over here. Compulse bringing back Fossil Dyna. Wings on Inspect Border. Inspect Border is now 3,000 at this point. This is fucking ridiculous. Yeah, and I know Compulse gets banished. What do you do here, being CJ? Like, how do you out Inspect Border? Like, no Dark Hole, no Raigeki so far. Normal summon Fossil Dyna. Attack over. You could have argued that you could win for game here with this, but considering the fact that everything in this deck has a huge ass, like, literally, I don't blame Bleach for swinging in the direction he did. He figured one more turn wouldn't do it for him. And there you guys have it. The Rage Quit from CJ Kraus. Actually, very beautiful top decks from Bleach there, as he honestly played the game to the best of his abilities. I mean, you can argue that Stun is a very linear deck, which is fine, considering it's all this trap cards and disruption. But it was executed very beautifully, and, you know, I'm very, very happy to see that Bleach kind of pulled this one out, because it gives Stun players that little bit of hope at the end of the day that we'll have some continued, like, support. I mean, also the OCG has 3 Compulse, so it's good value. Man, those top decks, though, too strong. Alright, guys, hope you enjoyed watching, and I'm out. The ride never ends, guys. Make sure you enable those notifications to get the latest videos that are being posted on this channel. Make sure you guys check out VanCole40 for my Cardfight Vanguard channel. And join me and House of Champions on the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. We'll be interacting with our audiences. And please check out No Limit Gaming and LGTCG.com for the cheapest trading cards on the market. Thanks for watching, guys, and please have a good day.